everybody. My name's Fran. I'm a registered nurse and a yoga therapist at Cornell Medical Center in New York City. And thank you so much for joining me on this series of yoga practices that we've been doing every night, Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock. And special thanks to Vanessa Dudley for arranging this and for videotaping it. So tonight is we're going to be doing a chair practice. You'll need a chair. We're not going to be sitting in the chair. That'll be tomorrow night. So that'll be probably the easier of all the chair practices that we've done. So you'll need a chair with a back on it, and you'll need some tissues and a little bit of Purell for the breathing exercise that we're going to do at the end. So just to begin, come to find your seat, sit well, close your eyes, and we'll just start with a quote of inspiration. Perhaps one of the greatest rewards of meditation and prayer is the sense of belonging that comes to us. We no longer live in a completely hostile world. We are no longer lost and frightened and purposeless. The moment we begin to catch even a glimpse of God's will, the moment we begin to see truth, justice, and love as the real and eternal things in life, we are no longer deeply disturbed by all of the seeming evidence to the contrary that surrounds us. Bring the hands in prayer in front of the chest, and we'll take one big Om together. Take in a deep breath. Om. Come back to your breath, your breathing body. And then come to lie on your back just to warm up a little bit. So you're going to lie on your back with your feet as wide as your mat, or just maybe as wide, if you don't have a mat, maybe about 3 feet. And you're going to take your right knee and you're just going to let it come over towards the left, but keep the left knee up. Bring the arms up above. Just stretch out both arms, just one and then the other. Get a little stretch going, very gentle. And then bring the right knee up and then take the left knee over. And then do that same action with the torso and the arms up overhead. Come back to center, the knees are open wide, and then bring the right knee over again, and this time take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And just give a gentle, gentle tug on the right lateral side of the body. Inhale, come up to start, and now take the left knee over towards the right knee stays looking up, and then grab a hold of the left wrist with your right hand, and a nice tug. So you get to decide, this should be gentle, nothing should hurt. Nothing should ever really hurt you. There's always challenge to build muscle strength and stuff, and that, of course, there's good hurt and then there's bad hurt. So challenge is what we want. Now bring the knees into the chest and make some circles going one way, and then make circles going the other way. Bring the feet to the floor, and let's just do a few pelvic tilts before we get up. So on the inhale, you'll arch your lower back, and you'll feel a big lift there, a space between the floor and your lower back. And on the exhale, you press your lower back into the floor. So this is tilting the pelvis back and forth into the extreme movements that the pelvis can offer us. So just to wake it up a little bit, you can keep the arms out to the side to open up the lungs, open up the chest, and just a few more. And then come to neutral. Find what's neutral between those two extremes. And then just press your hand back. There should be a tiny little space for your fingers to go through. You shouldn't have to struggle to get your fingers through, but nor should you be able to get your fists in there. So that's a good thing to play with every now and then to see what's the neutral pelvis for you. Okay, now just come to lie on whatever side you feel you want to. Lie on that side, and then use your hands to distribute your body weight. Pause for a second, let your blood pressure equalize, and then come to your knees. Come to kneel. Bring one foot out in front of the other foot. So you can ask your body which one. Then place both hands on the thigh that's in front. I'm going to curl my back toes under. So I just want to show you this. So I'm curling the back toes under, and now I'm lifting the back leg up, and then I'm popping forward. Okay? So we're going to bring our chair. I want to make sure that you all can see this chair here. And I just was missing something. Okay. Oh well. All right. So anyway, so come to be in a wide-legged pose. Okay. So the feet are parallel with each other. So they're not turning out or turning in. They're just in a wide-legged pose. And now look down. So it's maybe about 3 feet. Look down at your right foot and turn your right toes so that they're facing the back of the chair. So the chair back is towards your side. Okay, bend that front knee, and then just make sure that that right hip is equal distance from the floor, so it's not tipping down. So it's equal distance, and then bring the arms out into your warrior two. Inhale, and on your exhale, look straight down your right fingertips. And breathe. So both arms extending in two opposite directions. And your right knee, if it can be over the ankle, that's great. If it's behind the ankle, that's great too, just as long as it's not beyond the toes, okay? And then the knee always wants to go forward towards the midline, so you just want to make sure that it's going in the direction of the second and third toe. The arms are straight out and you're looking down your right fingertips. Warrior two. Feel that inner warrior. Very, very strong on the outside with these strong limbs. They're very flexible. So we have all of these characteristics. Now, flip the right palm up. Take your left hand to your left thigh. Reach the right arm up. And then slide the left hand down the thigh just a little bit. The right arm is going straight up. And this is just a lateral stretch. Don't go too far if that doesn't feel right for you. So it's a lateral side bend. Sorry, it's not a twist. The side bend, front knee stays where it is. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two, come back to your starting point, and now we're going to make that a little dynamic. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead, straighten the right knee. Exhale, come back to your warrior two pose. Inhale up, and then exhale down. So get into it yourself with your own breathing pattern. It's really good for arthritis to move a little bit, and for the holding poses are really good for osteoporosis. Inhale up, and now exhale back to your warrior two. Hold it. Now bring your left hand to your left waist and your right forearm to the top of your chair. So you're not going to sink down. You're really going to maintain the integrity of the right shoulder. Keep the right knee bent. And I like keeping my the back of my palm on my sacrum, my low back. And I'm going to open up the left shoulder. So you don't want to be here. You want to really allow that by taking that sacrum behind you, by taking your palm behind you and onto the sacrum, it allows that left shoulder to externally rotate. And breathe. So your head and neck are in alignment. Notice my head's not going down or jutting forward. It's in alignment. Front knee stays exactly where it is. And you want to think about your right ribs. Just you want to coax them to look up towards the sun. So they're not looking down. There's just a slight coax. So just see how this feels with you. If that's too much, just come back to the where we started out from. So this is side angle bar or side angle pose. And I can see my head was starting to drop, and I can feel it. Now from here, you're going to keep your right arm where it is, and now straighten the front leg, and now we're coming into triangle pose. Now you can keep your left hand where it is, or you can bring it straight up. Both legs are firmly engaged. If you have a yoga practice and you can do the full expression of these poses, go for it. But this is a nice thing to do just as a way to do some gentle yoga too. Now I can feel my neck on this side getting very tense. So I'm going to look down. And then sometimes I'll just look forward, straight forward or down. And maybe sometimes I'll just go back and forth very gently, but you want to treat the neck very gently. Okay, come to hold it, very strong legs. Inhale and exhale. Bring your left hand to your left waist, bend the front knee, and rise up. Turn that right foot in to be parallel to the other one, and just pause for a second, putting your hands on your heart and noticing what that just what that did for your body. Okay, so now heel, toe, the feet together, and now we're going to face the back of the chair. All right? So the right foot comes just under the base of the back of the chair, and then I'm going to bring my left foot to the floor. So both hip points are facing forward. So you don't want to be on a diagonal. You want both hips to be looking forward. The back foot is firmly established on the floor, and we've done this other ways throughout this series. One of the ways we've done it is to come up on the ball of the back toes, and the left heel is up, as you can see. But just for something different and to feel different muscles, tonight I'm putting it on the floor, and my foot's turned at about a 15-degree angle. We're going to bend the front knee. So again, think about the principles. The knee is either on top of the ankle or just slightly back, and it's going towards the second and third toe. Bring your hands on your hip points just to recalibrate, and then from here, bring your arms into goalpost pose. If you want to, you can bring the arms up, and the pinkies or the palms are up and open, and the pinkies are sort of waving at each other, and that also helps to externally rotate. Now for me, I can feel my lower back wants to do a big dip, so I have to find that neutral pelvis that we talked about before and not dump into my lower back. So take a few more breaths here. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring the hands together. Bring the hands down to the heart and pause. So now we're going to move into reverse triangle. And that requires the same leg position as this. Now I'm going to hop my back foot in a little bit. And now I'm going to take my left forearm on the back of the chair and my right hand to my right waist. Both legs are straight and they're engaged. They're equally engaged and both feet are pressing into the floor. So the first thing I want to do, and I'm coming forward a little bit from the hip crease, I want to establish the length of my spine. Since I've come forward a little bit, I always want to reestablish that. long spine. So from my tailbone out through the crown of my head. And now I'm going to inhale, and on the exhale, I want to keep my hips where they are. I only want to move my ribs. And that sounds a lot easier than it is, because the hips want to take you here. Don't let them. You want to keep that. It's really destabilizing for your sacroiliac joint. So think about the ribs moving. If you think about the ribs moving, and if this is enough, stay with that. For anybody who has any pre-existing back problems, just stay here or right here. You're getting a really nice twist. Now, if you have no back problems, start to rotate your chest towards the right, and then start to rotate your head. You can keep your right hand on the sacrum again, open up and broaden across the chest. And I can feel there's like this struggle with the hips and the upper torso. Strong legs. Inhale, exhale. And now inhale, turn the head and neck first. Then turn the ribs, and then turn the whole torso back. Pause for a second before you even move. And then take both feet together and shake or move any way that you need to. Okay, so now we're going to do tree pose. So have your chair in front of you for balance, and you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. So imagine the triangle, the imaginary triangle under the right foot, under the ball of the big toe, little toe, middle of heel, and press down into that, and come up onto your left tippy toes. You can use your chair here. You can use your chair at any point, so don't even give that a second thought. Rotate the left knee out and in just to get the synovial fluid working and lubricating the joint, and to get a little additional range of motion in the hip here. And then keep it out and take your left heel and press it against your right shin. Now reestablish your connection to the floor. My right hip wants to pop out, so I'm thinking about zipping up from my right heel up to the outer aspect of my right hip, the gluteus medius. I'm zipping that in so that my body isn't just going out. Okay, so you want to think about your integrity while you're in this pose, every pose, of course. Now, if this is your pose, this is perfect. If you want to challenge your balance, you can bring your hands in prayer and turn your heart. Fix your gaze somewhere so that you can have the steadiness to stay here. Just a soft gaze. You're not staring hard. If you want to challenge your balance more, you can bring the sole of your left foot to your right calf. Make sure the right hip doesn't go out. And here you can try one arm up. You can go back and forth. You can do both or not. This challenges the proprioceptors in the ankles, which is really good in helping us maintain balance and keeping us from falling, tripping. We're able to rebound much faster. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, exhale, return the left foot to the floor. Close your eyes. Whoa, you can feel that energy in the right femur, the top of the femur. Okay, now with the hand still here, so just shake out the right leg, because we're really going to be doing a little bit more here with that right leg. So from here, you've got your hands on the top of the chair. Take your left ankle and place it above the knee. So not on the knee, but above the knee. Now from here, you're going to bend the right knee as the left knee comes out to the side. Flex the left foot, and then as you bend, your torso is just shifting forward a little bit from the hip crease, not from the back. Again, if you want to play with your balance, you can take one arm out, engage your pelvic floor, engage the navel back to the spine. Keep your spine elongated. You can do both. So challenging ourselves in ways that are safe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your hands to the chair and rise up and bring that leg down and pause for a second. And then rotate or shake it out a little bit, whatever you need to do. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to change my chair. And I don't know if you need to change your chair, but I think you can see me. Let me just move this chair over. Okay, so left side. So we'll start in mountain pose just to really get with the principles of mountain pose and how they are the foundation of every standing pose that we do, even the seated poses. So where are my feet? Four corners of my feet. Where are my thighs? Where's my pelvis? Again, that neutral pelvis, that's so elusive sometimes. Spine lifting up, chin parallel, crown of head reaching up to the sky. Okay, and you lost my head, but that's okay. I lost my head. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, legs out wide, and they're parallel to each other, okay? Now, hands on waist, look down at your left foot, and turn the toes to look straight down your chair, okay? So that's like at a 90-degree angle. Bend your front knee, and see how that hip wants to go with the knee, but we are not going to let it. And then you'll feel much more stretch. Of course, your hip flexors here. Much more effective. Like, why do this if we're not going to feel it? Why do this if it's so easy, right? So this knee, we want to keep it externally rotated because it loves to dip in. And I know there's all these things, but we just want to line up. And once you get used to them, they'll become second nature. The front heel lines up with the back arch or the back heel. And I didn't mention that on the other side. So going forward, that's how you always want to have the front heel lined up with either the back arch or the back heel. Arms come out, inhale. Exhale, look down your left fingertips and breathe. Think about where your feet are. That front knee is externally rotating, your back foot making contact. This stretching here across the right hip flexors. And then you're engaging your pelvic floor and the abdomen. Relax the shoulders so you're not hiked up. And relax your eyes. See if you can actually smile. Smiling is always a good thing. It lets you know that you're doing something really well. Okay, lift the left palm up. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Inhale up. And just slide the right hand down just a little bit as you look beyond your left armpit. Strong legs again. Don't let the energy go in the feet or the neck. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. So the arms are parallel to the floor. You're looking down your front fingertips. And now we'll make that dynamic. Inhale, arms up, and the front leg straightens, but you don't move that foot. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make it into a flow. And then one more time. Inhale up. And then exhale down and stay here. Take your left hand, your right hand to your right waist. and your left arm, forearm, to the back of your chair. This is the beginning of the pose. So if this is where you feel comfortable, then stay here. I am feeling a huge engagement right now in my left thigh. Now, if you want to take it a little deeper, then just tilt the pelvis down a little bit so you're not collapsing on the left side. If anything, you're thinking about rotating the left ribs to look up at the sun. And then this hand, the right hand, bring it, some people bring it over like this, but if you're new, if you haven't practiced and you know that pose, do it. But if you're new, take the back of your right palm to your lower back, and then see how I opened up my shoulder, my right shoulder, and now I'm looking to the side, just a little bit. My head is in alignment, it's not drooping, and it's not overextended. So I'm just very gentle with my neck. Breathe in. Inhale, exhale. Stay where you are with the exception of the left knee. Straighten the left leg. You never want to lock it, but you have a slight bend in it, but the leg is just, it's not here, it's back. So there's a softness behind that. And now you're going to reestablish that turn from the left ribs to look up at the sky. You can keep your hand where you had it for the previous pose, or you can bring it straight up into a more classic triangle arm variation. And I'm looking under my right axilla, looking out. And now I can feel my neck. So now I'm going to just change the position in my neck and look straight ahead, or I can look down. And like we did on the other side, sometimes I just move my head very gently, really, really super gently, from looking straight ahead to looking down. Strong legs, strong limbs all around. Inhale, exhale, bring the back hand to the sacrum if it's not already there. Inhale, exhale, bend the front knee, and then come up. Pause for a second, and then heel, toe, heel, toe, come back. And take your hands, put them on your heart. Now we're going to face the chair again, just like we did with the other side. And this time, all of this work is going to be done on the left leg. So just bounce it out a little bit. Get rid of any tension that's on that left leg before we even start. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is our tree pose on this side. So come to your mountain pose. Again, where's my feet, my legs, pelvis, spine, chin, top of my head. Okay, so you can do that rather quickly. And now you have your hands on the back of the top of the chair, and shift the weight into your left leg as you come up onto your right tippy toes. Inhale and open and close, lubricating the right joint now, the right hip joint. Good, standing tall. And now keep the right knee out, take the right heel and place it against your left shin. And again, my left hip always loves to go out, so I always have to think about zipping up from my left heel up to the outer aspect of my left hip. So that gets me tall. I've got my foot in place. It's like a kickstand on a bike, and you can stay here. You can bring your hands in prayer, relax the shoulders, and then fix the gaze very softly someplace. You can bring the foot up to the calf. Hold on to something while you do that. Just don't bring the sole of the foot to the knee joint. If you have the range to bring it up to the upper inner thigh, that's fine, but I think most of us are going to be at this level, the kickstand, or just to the calf, and that's fine. You're still getting the full benefits of the pose without hurting yourself. but just don't put it on the knee joint. And then come into your version of tree. And feel yourself as a deeply rooted tree, giving and receiving energy. There's a time to give and a time to take. One across the chest. Taking in oxygen and sending out carbon dioxide. Inhale, bring your hands in prayer. Pause. Inhale and bring the knee in and then the foot down. And then pause for a second. Notice how that left hip feels. And then shake it out. You can do some clapping here just to get your prana moving. Okay, now we're going to come back into that mountain pose and we're going to ground down to the left leg again. So grounding down, bring the right knee up and take the right ankle, place it on top of the left knee so it's not on the knee. And this could be your pose too. Everything can be your pose, so there's never any doubt about that. Flex your right foot, inhale, exhale, bend the left knee, and then you can come forward just a little bit if you want to. Or you can keep your spine up, but you're coming forward from the hip crease. You can play with one hand coming up, or the other. And I'm thinking about my abdominals. And now I'm just going to play with my balance. And if you feel that left ankle shaking, that's fine. And if you feel yourself moving out of it, that's what your chair is for. And if you fall out of it, it's just get back up. You're not going to fall too far here. And now this time I'm bringing my elbows up to be hopefully at the same height as my shoulders. Broadening across the chest. We want to open the lungs. Inhale, bring your hands back in prayer or to the back of the chair. Inhale again, straighten the left leg and bring the right leg down. Pause. Wow, that's a big, big rush there. But good bone density work in there. Good balance, flexibility, balance, and strength. And just work it out a little bit. March it out so we'll get the psoas muscle working too. And you can just even imagine that you're getting an abdominal workout just by doing this, lifting one knee and engaging the belly. So you exhale as you breathe the knee up and pull the navel into the spine and then let it go. Okay, so one more standing pose. I'm moving my chair just for you. I don't think you guys have to move too much. And okay, so we're going to do a gentle version of dancer pose. Now, again, everything starts with mountain. So I'm going to shift my weight into the right leg, and I'm just going to take my left knee up. If you have the range to take your left hand to your left ankle, that's great. If you can just grab on to, actually, we could use a belt, which I don't have with me right now, but just to show an improv, you could see how I'm just using a little shawl. And I'm just holding that leg up with just by raising it up and giving myself some room to move.
The screen froze, Fran. The screen froze. Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. Okay. So anyway, you can use, and you can see how just something as simple as that. But if you can just hold your ankle, your left ankle with your left hand, and your right hip is not moving out, zip it up. Get tall. Inhale, and on the exhale, come forward from the hip crease. And I've got my hand nice and steady on the chair. And I'm looking down maybe about 2 feet in front of me. And I'm pulling that belly in. Great quadricep stretch. If you want to play with balance, you can bring that hand out. Don't overarch. Back, inhale, exhale, bring the hand down for stability. Inhale, exhale. With control, bring that left foot down to the floor. Pause. Oy, vey. And then bounce it out. Flop it out. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So, rounding down through the left leg now. Coming up onto my right tippy toes. And I just want to make sure that you're at a good place where your hand feels comfortable. And now I'm going to bend the right knee first, and then just see how I'm sliding my hand down to catch the ankle. Left hip doesn't come out, it stays still. Nice and tall. So the right quadriceps now are getting this long stretch. And I'm coming forward from the left hip crease. Gaze is fixed. Breath is steady. And now I'm going to play with my balance. Make sure the right shoulder is open. There's a tendency to internally rotate. Just let it be free. Open it up. And then play. You can come down a few times. Or just stay. Like you don't have to do that if this is new. Don't let the knee come out to the side. Let it be in alignment with the other knee. Pointing down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come to stand, and exhale, let go with control. Bring that right foot down. And then pause. Okay. Tap it out. And now, since we have chairs, let's lie on our backs and bring your calves to the chair. I love doing Shavasana with the feet elevated. You don't have to, of course. If you want to lie flat on your back, that's fine, with your legs extended on the floor. But I just think this is so nice to put. So you come down first. You want to come down really carefully. So I take one leg back, and then I bring that knee to the floor, and then I bring both knees to the floor. Then I'm going to lie, in this case, on my left hip. I'm going to shift my hips around, and then I'm going to slide my left arm down, and then bring my legs up to be on top of the chair. And then you can negotiate where your torso is in relation to your legs. Okay, the hands can be down by the floor. And you know what? Don't even worry about opening the palms. Sometimes that even causes, you just let the hands be wherever they fall. But be on the outer, on the pinky side just for a second, and then just see where it goes. So just no effort at all. Just let it be. This is a beautiful pose for calming the mind. Lessening stress, anxiety. It's a wonderful pose to do before going to bed. Feel your back pressed against the floor. Feel the back of your lungs pressed against the floor. Feel them filling up with life-giving oxygen, remaining healthy, by breath. And now enjoy the fruits of your labor in silence. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes with a very long exhale and deep inhale. Point and flex your feet. Make circles with the ankles. And then bring the knees into the chest. And then roll over to whatever side feels right for you. Pause. Think about one or two things you're grateful for today. And then use your hands to come up. And we'll come to a seated position. And we're going to do that breathing exercise that I talked about in the beginning. So it's called Kapalabhati, meaning skull shining breath. It's a sharp expulsion of breath on the exhale. So it feels and it sounds like you're trying to get schmutz out of your nose. So it sounds like this, which is why you need to have tissue. So the first thing I like to do, because we're trying to avoid bringing our hands to our face, except when we have to blow our nose. So I just Purell first, and then I take a tissue, and then I'll Purell afterwards. So even after just doing one, I feel the need to do that. So it's a sharp expulsion of air on the exhale, and there's no machinations that come from up here. Everything is from the diaphragm, the lower belly, from below the diaphragm. The lower belly does the work. So I'll do 5, and then we'll do it together. So I'll take a deep breath in, and then I exhale, and then I take a half a breath in, and then it looks like this. So you can see by my shirt moves because of the vibration from the abdomen. So, and it brings up, it's wonderful for clearing out your nasal and sinus passages, especially during this COVID, the virus pandemic, but at any time of the year, but especially during change of seasons. So, okay, so let's do 5, then we'll do 10, then we'll do 20. So take a deep breath, a deep inhale, and exhale. Take half a breath and start. Exhale, and then inhale and stop. Blow your nose if you need to, whatever you need to do. And then just come back. Just be careful if you have untreated hypertension, don't do this. If you are on blood pressure medicine, do it, and I do it slow. There are people who do it very, very fast, but you can do it. If you get a headache or any problems with your eyes, retinal problems, then don't do this, okay? So now we're going to do 10. Take a deep breath in, exhale fully, half a breath, and begin. Exhale fully. Now take an in-breath, and then come back to normal breathing. And it may make you feel a little lightheaded. It does do that. It can make you feel that way. So then just give your body time to recalibrate and come back to homeostasis for you. Okay, so now we're going to do 20. And at the end of the 20th exhale, and I'll lead you through it, you'll exhale, of course, through your nose. Don't take another inhale in. So as soon as you exhale, I'll guide you to drop the chin, stay with the out breath, don't take an in breath, then to lift the chin, and then take your in breath. And it's a wonderful way to recharge your lungs, your whole entire respiratory circulatory system. Okay, so I'll lead you through it. All right, last round. Take a deep breath in, exhale fully, half a breath in, and we'll go for 20. Exhale fully, drop the chin, don't breathe in, just for a second or two. Don't breathe in as you bring the chin up, and now take a full expansive breath of air. Notice if there's any space or any tingling, and that's your prana, your chi, your life force going through you. Bringing our hands in prayer, closing our eyes and bowing our head. We do a call and response. May we have a peaceful mind, an easeful body, and a useful life. Namaste. And namaste means the divinity in me salutes the divinity in me. And thank you all so much for being with me tonight. Thanks for your practice and for being with me. Happy Passover, everybody.